Check. What's poppin'? It's the Vice City Mafia Podcast. It's your boy Cross-Eyed. We here with Vice City Mafia, major, minor in the building.
Okay. What's up, fam?
Chillin', bro.
How you been?
Just missing my nigga, dog.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I normally don't go out to events. I've been on a little family mission.
That shit happens.
Drinking has been involved, not gonna lie.
Awesome.
And you know, just various things have come up, but like, thank God you stayed consistent. You know what I mean? For all 12, 16.
I'll die before I stop
Nigga,
uploading content.
It's been beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I loved it.
Dude, I will never ever stop, dude. Like I be thinking to myself, and then sometimes, like, let's say you call off, you know, any normal person will get frustrated, but you know, you had family shit to do,
Yes.
and I've called off already before too. But
Kind
I feel like I have to drop it, or like
But that's what makes you
like
great.
my dreams are done.
That's what makes you great,
Yeah.
though. You know
I'd
what I
be
mean?
lazy, though.
It's because it's just the economy of effort, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we're lazy in some things so that we can be exceptional in others, right? Because sometimes you'll hear people say how you do one thing is how you do everything, but I don't believe that, bro. You know what I mean? How you do one thing is how you do one thing, and how you do other things is how you do other things. You know what I mean? Because, like, when you spend enough time to get great at something, you realize how few things you can really be great at, right? Because it takes time to be consistent and to be there and give your all. And it's not just showing up, but the preparation that goes into it, the calling off of other things. And so what I've repeated to myself recently is that saying no to everything else is saying yes to the main thing, right? And bro, it's been tough because as time has gone on, I've gotten a lot of like cool opportunities and people asking me to go do shit, right? But what I've had to say now is just like, hey, thank you for thinking of me. Please do not include me in your plans. But if I am out, I will tell you. That's just how I've kept it, bro. And it's better that way, right? Because I'm a people pleaser, man. You know what I mean? Like I like to, it gets at me when I don't come through, but I'll make all these plans and then end up canceling all of them, right?
Yeah, I do the same thing.
It's
like,
a problem.
Sometimes I'd be like, all right, I got one off day today. All right, I'm gonna clean the house. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Oh, you know what? I gotta go shoot the pod. You know, I'm gonna shoot an extra video this weekend.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. And then when the day comes, I'm like, damn, I'm overloaded.
And I only have time for really to do those things well, like one of those things, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to do them really, really well. So, and like, you know, my son is just so much more aware, man. He's going through another like real growth stage where his language just exploded again. His understanding of things just exploded again. Like, bro, his favorite artist is Oliver Tree, right? And I was having trouble. He would only listen to music if it was Oliver Tree. So I started telling him.
Oliver Tree is the guy with the
the bangs and shit.
With the bow cut.
My son just loves his songs, right? And so I needed to get him exposed to other music, right? Because Kay, his mom, played him one of my songs, and he said, "How does Daddy have a song? Like, I want to make a song." So I got BandLab, right, and we recorded together. Bro, he loves it, but everything was sounding Oliver Tree-esque. So I had to get him exposed to other music, you know? And
that's so fucking amazing. Huh? Like, bro, you know, I think to the viewers that are watching right now, like they won't understand it unless they have a kid or they're around a kid that's growing up. But that's cool just hearing that story. How your kid, like, going from not knowing anything, no words, dude, me being able to joke with him and him not understanding, to grabbing an artist and being able to mimic a sound he likes.
Bruh. And it's crazy to see it at that age, to see how much they're absorbing, right?
It's in his blood, though.
And he, for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah,
and because the song that he really likes is a song called Alien Boy. And it has some lyrics like, it's like, I fell down to earth from 100 miles away and somehow I still make it work. but it's overrated and somehow played out, right? So he's like, Daddy, he understood all of it. He said, but what's overrated? And I was like, well, overrated is when everybody thinks one thing is cool, but it's not really that cool. You know what I mean? And so he went in and he asked his mom, like, you know what overrated is? And all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And so in our making of the song, he was saying overrated, and he was saying all these little melodies that were like Oliver Tree. So I was like, okay, I get it. We talked about this in making music, right? People come in and sound like somebody at first.
Yeah. You always pick especially when you're starting out making music, you always pick someone that you want to sound like.
Sure, but my thing is, there's one thing picking that because you've heard everybody else and they're your favorite. It's a different thing picking it because it's the only music besides like little kid music that he's heard, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, he doesn't like any like Future or anything dark like that yet, right? Because he has no pain in his soul. He's pure, right? So it has to be like, it has to sound beautiful, right? Yeah. So I was like, who's kind of dark though that sounds beautiful? And I was like, Tory Lanez. You know what I mean? So I told him, I was like, this is Oliver Tree's friend, right? And he was banging it, bro, loving it. You know what I mean?
It's Oliver Tree's friend?
Bro, and then I played Say It, right? You don't have to do more than just say it. It don't better mean less if you do it. And just Tory goes off and
Tory Lanez is lit, dude. Sexy.
And so I was like, this is free Tory. And I'm gonna get to this, right? So he was like, Daddy, he's like, is this song new? And I was like, no. I was like, Tory Lanez right now doesn't have any new music. And he said, oh, why? I said, because Tory Lanez, and I took a second, I was like, what should I tell him? I'm gonna tell him the truth. I was like, because Tory Lanez is in prison. And he was like, why is he in prison? I was like, because he shot somebody. And he's like, why'd he shoot somebody? And I was like, because he got in an argument. And he's like, Daddy, what's his name? And I was like, well, he shot a girl. And my son was like, you can shoot girls? And so it was just funny seeing these connections he's making, because he's like, okay, like somebody can be in prison that has a beautiful like singing voice, right? He just found out that women get shot as well, because like, you know, when you see things on television stuff, like the bad guys are mostly guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because he watches like superhero stuff, you know what I mean? And then he was just like, so I was like, no, you can't shoot anybody, right? And then I was like, but unless you feel in danger. But I was like, you should never feel in danger from, and then it just went so far left, bro, to where I was trying to, because he was like, he said, yeah, Daddy, because whenever, if you're in an argument with a girl, you just say sorry. And then I said, yes. But then I was like, but not always, though. You know what I mean? Because you're not always wrong. And then it got too deep.
It's such a confusing part there, dude. You know, like, I don't think I would be a good dad, but I in person troll so much, right? Like, you don't know the trolling side of me because I'm cool with you. You know what I'm saying? We have the podcast, but like, if I don't give a fuck about someone, I usually, oh yeah, you do, because I used to troll Chi all the time.
Yeah.
So like, bro, I would troll my own son because it would be so fun.
No, but this is the thing, though.
And I used to get trolled when I was a kid by my dad.
But you say that, right? And maybe you will, right? But
I mean, I won't go crazy.
But like, okay, do you remember the kid that came to school and just knew something was true because his dad said it, but then he ended up like sounding dumb because his dad was wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, somebody's like, well, my dad said Santa's real. And you're like, hey, buddy, we all know Santa's not real. Your dad fucked you, because now we're making fun of you because you're 12 and you believe in Santa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, my son's never going to be that, bro. And I'm not, like, people always brag on their kids, bro. I'm not bragging on my son in terms of like his depth of knowledge, and his conversation level is deeper than a lot of people his age right now. Just
because you don't baby talk.
I keep it real with him, right? Because I know that he is going to have to eventually make his own decisions. And I don't want him to just, because like, for instance, Kay was threatening him to do things, right? If you don't do this, then that, right? And so I was like, I took her aside and I was like, yo, even if he listens to you, right? What are you teaching him? that he should just blindly follow somebody that has a position of power, right? That's what the big thing you're teaching him, right? If he can be threatened into a position. I don't want my son to do shit because he's threatened ever. You know what I mean? I want him to see the reason to do it and then make the decision. Because check it out, bro, when you're 18, right? What, he's just gonna listen to whatever his boss says? He's gonna listen to whatever the news says and then listen to whatever says? No, man, I'm raising an independent thinker, right?
Yeah.
So it takes a little more time, and don't get me wrong, I fuck with them sometimes, right? Of course, right?
You have to.
But when it comes to real conversations, like when I'm sculpting his artistic mind, I gotta keep it real, bro. Because that's what's gonna make him a good artist if that's what he chooses, is that he's gonna be able to keep it real. You know what I mean? So like when I'm telling him about artists, and this is the bond that me and my dad shared, is that my dad and I didn't have a lot of conversations real about anything besides music, right? And that was one of the allures for me to get into it, because like that is where you can immediately spot if somebody is coming from their heart, bro. There is no lying. Regardless of what they're saying, you can feel truth in art. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And
we were just listening on the way over here. I was just listening to what was it, XXX, Revenge, right? One of his songs, and bro, Garrett's Revenge by XXX, and bro, it's such a beautiful song. And I'm like, hey, I look at my girl, I was like, yo, do you know what he's talking about in the song? She's like, no, not really. I was like, yo, he's talking about a girl trying to leave him, right? Some of the lyrics from how I understand it is a girl's trying to leave him, and he's saying he's digging a grave for the both of them. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's such, like, it's dark, but you could see the beauty in it.
Yeah.
And that's something I love about music. Always. Like, I don't really like all that. Like, I could get the hype around like Future in them. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with Future's music, but like when I listen to music, I like more music that's like, it's dark, it's meaningful, it's beautiful, it has a tone to it. Like, that's something XXX brought a lot.
For sure. On the other side,
and Don Toliver Don Toliver be doing it actually.
But Don, so that's my thing too.
He does it a little less.
No, so my thing is, right, because I went through a stage, right, where I thought it was like hella deep, right, and the music, I was like, oh, it all has to have meaning. But then sometimes the meaning of music is to just feel good too. And that's what I wanted to show to my son in Tori, right? Because some concepts are too deep for him. But the beautiful thing that Tori found out was that he was like, niggas make it hella complicated to make songs. He's like, I find a good melody and I repeat that melody I find the words after, and I repeat that melody and the words will come, right? And so some of the things when you hear Tori, it's not super like crazy.
Yeah, it's
deep,
not like,
you know what I mean? But like some of those are bangers, right? Like here's a song called Forever. It's like, I got you forever and ever. I got you through every endeavor. You know what I mean? And it just like, it sounds good. But then some of the bars are like, I got you through every endeavor with the cold, my nigga. Or some shit where you're just like, this song doesn't all go together, but like it sounds like cohesive.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about music also is that it's up to the listener, dude, to decide what the meaning is. You know, I never like when an artist, like let's say XXX when he was out, or any artist, you know, if he had came out, or even Frank Ocean, if he came out and said, I'm talking about a guy in this song, I wouldn't have liked it. And not just because he's gay, just because he's telling me what the song is.
But also because
I like to have my own picture for the song. Like I like to take in the words and be like this. Oh, this is what he's talking about. And then I listen to someone else and they're like, no, I feel like this is what he's talking about. And it makes the song more beautiful.
If you keep it open, more people can relate, right?
Exactly.
And so it's crazy, bro, because there was this artist.
Yeah, dude, if you keep it open, more people can relate. You better explain things.
But even if it's real specific to you, right? Because the emotion is universal. The exact situation may not be what someone's going through, but that emotion that he felt. So even though he's talking about a dude, right? You don't like dudes, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he was talking about dude, he was talking about love, deeper than that, right?
Love, yeah,
and so that's what you can relate to. But had he come out and been like, yo, I just love fucking niggas, you probably wouldn't have listened to the song. You know what I mean? But the fact that he was just talking about like a love that was felt, you're like, yo, I vibe, right?
Yeah.
I remember I
even Kid Cudi too.
Oh yeah, oh for sure.
Cudi.
Well, there's this underground artist from this group called Typical Cats, right? Like I was like 16, and his name was Quell, right? And he would have like the deepest bars, bro. But like he was a real like lyrical, mysterical, spherical, like that type of rapper, like underground backpack rapper, right? And I would like read so deep into the lyrics, and I would find the Bible passages that he would cite and stuff like that, and I find philosophers that he would bring up and all that shit. And so he had this one song that was super deep, and I wrote this whole thing about it, right? And then he had his email, because it was like, bro, like his concerts would be in like San Bernardino County, bro. It would be like 150 people or something, like small shows, right? So he was accessible still. And so I emailed him. I was like, yo, on this song, and I wrote out like my interpretation of every single bar, right? And Quell responded, and he was like, I love that that's what you took from the song, and maybe I was talking about that, and maybe I wasn't, but keep on enjoying. And that was it. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's hard, bro. Because he didn't say, yes, that is what I was talking about. No, that wasn't what I was talking about. It kept the myth there. It kept the mystique alive, right?
Yeah, because you like that mystique. And that's something I liked about, what's this nigga's name? What's this other guy's name? The one that's kind of mimicking Michael Jackson now. Oh, The Weeknd.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So The Weeknd, yeah. So The Weeknd, right? He's never done an interview, right? Well, I don't know if he's done one now, but when I was listening to him,
he didn't even show his face at the beginning.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, yo, this guy's so mysterious, and it made the music 20 times better. And then he had the songs with a loud ass bass, so you could thump them in the car,
bro.
Even though it was about love.
Trilogy was
bro. Even listening to that one song where he goes, I can't feel my face with I'm with you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yo, he's talking about cocaine, and it's just so lit. Dude.
Yeah.
It's just that concept makes things amazing, and I love that in music. That's what I love about music the most out of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is like, obviously social media, you need to get out there, right?
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful when an artist can still have that like mystique, right? When there's a layer between like the music and like who they actually are, right? Like you want to not be, you have to be superhero you. You know what I mean? And you don't want your artist to have the same problems. Because like that's what you listen to it for, right? Like you don't want to think about Ariana Grande taking a shit. You know what I mean? She does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, bro, Future, you can't imagine him arguing with the baby mama. It has to be player all the time. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you imagine it, right? And so when you hear things come up and stuff like that, it kind of ruins it a little bit, right? It makes them too human. And so like, I think that the best artists, or the artists that end up like having this crazy longevity, have a distance, unless you're like Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
right. Where
Taylor Swift is pretty distant, though.
But the thing is, Taylor Swift is distant and familiar at the same time, right?
Yeah.
She's every white girl with, in America.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? She's like, no plastic surgery.
Yeah, I think that's something I don't like. I'm not too fond of music nowadays, right? Because yeah, but it died. I won't lie.
So
or you can try to hit it. It might have a pull. But like that's something I liked about music, is that it made the artists seem like they were untouchable.
Yes.
And then now they seem touchable. And then rappers don't get paid the money they used to make. And
bro, I mean, that's why they have to find out different ways. But like, man, talk about untouchable. Dirk, man.
Oh,
Dirk,
dude.
it's just like,
you're fucked up, dude. Why would you do that stupid shit, dude?
Did you see the interview with him and Wallow when he was on $1 Million Worth of Game?
No, tell me about it.
Bro, Wallow, if you don't know, spent most of his life from 15. He did 5 years.
Oh, I know Wallow.
From 15 to 20. Then he did 20 years from 20 to 40. And he had been out for like 5 years. And he's talking to Dirk. And he's like, man, he's like, what do you say? I had to forgive my brother's killer. He's like, my brother died in the arms of my grandmother. You know what I mean? He's like, I wanted everything. You know what I mean? He's like, but I want to be here right now. He's like, I'm the one taking care of my niece. And he's just breaking down, telling Dirk like, bro, whatever it is not worth it. You know what I mean? And
Wallow did some years.
Wallow did 20, bro.
Came out, got a bag too.
Got a
big
big bag.
Yeah, dude. What was it? Yeah, because he got that podcast.
Yeah, with Gilly, $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? And bro, just to see that, and the thing is, if you look at Dirk, he's locked in, right? And he even like talks to his niggas and he's like, yo, like he's really feeling this shit. This man's crying about this, right? He doesn't say like mocking. But unfortunately, he didn't hear him. You know what I mean? He was listening, but he didn't hear him. You know, and just to see, like, I think Dirk just got 30 mil, bro, for his catalog. Like, God.
And bangers on bangers.
Bangers on, but the thing is, his bangers were about what?
Yeah, murders.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's a catch-22, right? Because the thing that skyrocketed you to superstardom is the same thing that takes it all away.
Yeah, that whole shit's dead, dude, now.
Yeah,
like, look at all of them. All right, so who else was it? It was like Dirk and NBA Youngboy. The two groups had a beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking Quando Rondo kills this nigga's partner, King Von. Then
Quando Rondo's boy, Lil
partner,
Tim.
Yeah, Lil Tim.
Yeah.
Then Lil Tim, you know, he got out. Quando Rondo sitting there talking shit. Now they fell off after that situation. Then
But they didn't really though. Quando's career's still cracking.
Yeah. But he don't go on the streets no more.
No, but
He
okay.
be sitting down streaming, playing Grand Theft
But
Auto, nigga.
so
Get it out, bro. Play Grand Theft Auto, bro. You
Bro,
don't gotta go
take
out
the
there
Chief
and
Keeper
really
out.
shoot niggas, dude. You know what I'm saying?
just talk about it, man. if you
Yeah,
have
bro.
to. But this is the crazy part, right? And this it's
And you can't be a gangster and a rapper no more.
it's crazy how God works, bro.
Yeah.
Because Dirk's Muslim, right? And as I've been studying, I study all faiths. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not anything, right? But I've really been on this Islamic like tip just because it interests me. And
It's a very interesting religion. It is the reason why I even, you know, I try not to follow religion too much, but it is the reason why I even like started even caring. Muslim religion. Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
He's the one that put me on. And I was like, damn, this nigga's so dedicated. Like,
Bro.
I respect that discipline in someone so much that I want it for myself.
And a lot, bro, like they pray 5 times a day,
Yeah.
right? That's discipline, man. And it is the only time where your heart is above your head because they don't pray kneeling, right? They pray like head bowed to the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so in listening, all rap music is haram, right? So Dirk made this huge effort to declare his Islamic faith, right? And it's like if you don't abide by the will of Allah, Allah will have you abide for him, right? So it's like Dirk made this huge faith push to be like walking in the light of God. And now he's gonna have no option but to do so, right? Like you can't claim gang, like Allah gang. You can't claim Muslim gang
And not be about it.
and then not follow the path. Because all that work that you're putting into God, bro, God's gonna put back into you. And it's never gonna be how you see it, because God has a vision better for you, right? So now I'm interested to see if he still walks that path. If he, you know, if allegedly he did what he did, if he did,
Yeah.
allegedly, right? Then
He probably did, allegedly.
I don't know, right? We'll wait to see. Everybody thought Thug did what he did, but he's out, free Thugger, right?
Shout out Thug.
Yeah, but you know, man, who really?
Man, they didn't have nothing on Thug though, really. They just had a couple guns. Yo, I always
Woody?
hate when they lock up people. We found guns in your thing. We found this. We found that. And
Yeah.
then your friend killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yo, nigga, but is that me?
But that's what the thing is with Dirk, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Same ordeal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a he said, she said thing.
Yeah,
Bro,
and the only text they have is him saying, "Yo, don't put nothing on my card." But the thing is, all those songs,
they make you look bad in court.
They don't,
even if they're not allowed used in court, because I think
it doesn't look great.
Yeah, it don't make you look good.
So
especially if you get a jury.
So first he was locked up for the FBG Duck murder, right? And now he's getting locked up for the murder of Quando's people. What?
It was someone I don't know.
Damn, I don't remember either. But the one in retaliation for Vaughn, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly. So.
And he got a lot of red arrows pointing at him, dude.
Bro.
Oh, these guys killed your boy. This. And you guys have a beef. It's in the song.
People that are in his camp, like Brick Baby, right? Said something on, I believe it was Vlad, where he was like, "Oh, they say you can't say slide," because they thought it was 60s in LA, rolling 60s in LA, that got Quando and his people. And then Brick Baby goes on a podcast. He's like, "Oh, they saying you can't say slide from Vaughn no more." And the interview was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because Quando." And he says it. And it's just like, bro, you snitching. You know what I mean? If that's the case, nobody even put two and two together.
Vlad TV does a great job. Niggas be dry snitching on themselves on Vlad TV all the time. And I'd be like, nigga, you... Like that. You remember that day Chino was here and he goes, allegedly I'm a drug dealer. Like, nigga, you can't do that.
And you can't say it about yourself either.
You can't talk about the tea you know, dude.
You stop self-snitching. You can't incriminate yourself, man. Like that is, and that's the issue with the music, right? It's like, okay, bro, you say it's not you, but like feds have ears too, right? So you're sitting there saying, step by step, this events that happened, like, bruh, the internet puts it together before the feds do. You know what I mean? And the thing about the justice system more than ever is it's reactive now, right? So it's like if there is a big enough stir about something, they have to go follow it, right? So it's just like, bro.
Especially if you're a famous ass nigga.
Bro, you have, because or else they look dumb.
Yeah.
Like the internet solved it, but they can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's ugly, man. It's ugly. I'll pray for him, bro. And I pray for him to continue walking his path with God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, whatever his higher power is. And I hope that I hope that people can find peace, bro, in feeling whole without causing the destruction of others. Because I think that's really like the heaven on earth that we search for, bro. It's like being able to sleep without looking over your shoulder, being able to live in causeless joy, being able to be happy just for existing in this world, waking up, not having hate on your heart. It's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, hip hop right now has become, and I'm gonna say it, fuck it. Hip hop has become trash culture, dude. And and I know it's a hard way to say it, but I don't like when I have a favorite rapper and they die or they get robbed. And it's not the artist per se, but it's the energy surrounding the artist. You put out bad energy, get bad energy, dude. And that's what makes it shitty, dude. Like you like XXX, he died. Mm-hmm. I like Pop Smoke, he died. Mm-hmm. They kill all your favorite artists. NBA Youngboy, locked up.
Yeah.
And I fuck with NBA Youngboy.
And or they have crazy drug addictions, bro.
Yeah, or they get a crazy drug addiction and kill themselves, dude.
In the drug
juice world.
Or fucking Lil Wayne practically is like a shell of who he used to be.
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
And don't get me wrong, bro. There's rock stars, right, that did that shit, like Ozzy Osbourne,
yeah,
right? Keith Richards, right? Yeah. But there's no death surrounding it. And what other genre of music do they like, man?
Yeah, because they were rock stars, but all right. So
they didn't kill.
You got drugs. You got drugs. Then you got murder, gangster, gangbang shit. You know what I'm
but
saying?
It's just like, bro.
No Diddy, I said gangbang. But you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with hip hop right now. Like, I think more people need, like, yo, you don't have to make soft ass music, but nigga, you don't gotta talk about killing people every album.
But
all your ops are dead.
But a lot of them, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of them, bro, what other subject matter is there, right?
Yeah.
Like people really played with Dirk, like when he did that song with J. Cole, right? All my life.
I was happy for him when he did it. It wasn't my favorite Dirk song, but I was like this. I was like, yo, I like that he's stepping in a better direction.
Sure, but he couldn't make an album of that.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't the soul.
And don't get me wrong, bro. It's fucked up. I talk about this, but I try to listen to J. Cole sometimes, and he had a bar that was so regular that I just turned it off.
He's just a regular.
He's just so
I respect him.
I respect him too.
I respect your art, but you ain't that uniqueness I'm looking for.
I don't listen to music to feel like nigga. You're telling me with the bar was something like. Then I went to the post office or something, and I was like, what?
What the fuck are you talking about, nigga?
I don't listen to rap music to hear about your errands.
Yeah, but you could do things like Dirk could make a song not about murder, grab every song that you mean murder and talk about fucking bitches, nigga. But everybody loves pussy, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But would it
or
hit the same?
You could do it
would
like
it hit the same?
Future don't always be talking about body and niggas.
Future is goated because Future is so that's one, right? If you are going to be a gangster rapper and allegedly still in the streets, you have to be so general with what you're talking about, right? And Future already don't do no interviews, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't.
And all his lyrics are that open-ended shit, right? Where it's just like, you never really know what he's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that video where he's like, Pluto, I gotta talk to you. He's like, what are you saying when you say this line? And he's like,
it's Kodak.
When I taste it, and he's like, what you saying here? You know what I mean? He's like, I fuck with you, Pluto, but
what'd you say? What'd you say right here, nigga?
But he said, when I take it,
He said take it, and I thought he said taste it.
Yes, or it sounded like takes dick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it sounded like taste dick.
Yeah,
the only time I feel alive is when I taste dick.
Yeah. But Future even said with Tony Montana, right? He's like, I was just on so many drugs, I didn't even know what I was saying. And then you come up with what it means after, right? But man, like
you could talk about doing drugs, and you don't gotta talk about bodies
or
every song. And that drill music shit is fire, but nigga, the thing is with the drill, bro, is that you can't really do drill unless you talk about body and niggas.
But that's what I'm saying. But the drill thing,
look,
bro,
they locked up a bunch of niggas in New York over that shit.
The disrespect thing, bro, is gonna come back. Look at Julio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that was a dumb move though.
That energy, but that energy you're putting out, bro. He just wanted to have a good time on his birthday, bro. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to always have to be looking over your shoulder? But you can't be going to grave sites. He was disrespectful.
You can't be going to grave sites and peeing on that shit for real. Nigga. That's wild.
But that's what I'm saying.
You could say it in your song, but then you doing it and posting it to promote your next song, nigga, that's wild. You're asking for it.
The disrespect is crazy, bro. And
yeah, you know what I like to do? I like to disrespect people in closed doors, like when no one's around. The reason why is because, listen, sometimes you gotta disrespect niggas. Sometimes you gotta put your hands on people and check people, right?
Sure, of course.
But the thing is, when you do it in front of other people, or let's say, for instance, someone was in front of their girl, and I go, nigga, $20, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
He has to show out now for his girl or for his people.
100%.
Now, if I get him alone in a room, and then usually like at the club, what I'll do is I'll be like, come to the office right quick. And I invite him to the office. I go, I put you in the office to show you respect. You do that shit again, I'm gonna drag you out here by your fucking heel. Man.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nah, dog, my bad. It's a different energy because we're alone now.
And you can come to a common ground, right?
You can come to a common ground. You can say sorry without looking like a bitch.
You take the ego out of it. You take the ego out of it, right?
Take the ego.
But that's the issue with the music is that it's all
ego.
It's all out there, bro. You know what I mean? So it's not only your crew, it's your whole career, your whole ability to make money is at jeopardy. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's tough, bro. It's a really tough predicament, and there's not an answer. And I still the thing is, like, I'm saying this, but I still like the music. You know what I mean?
I love the music.
But it's
yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and cap, dude.
But it's,
I just think it's trash culture. I don't think hip hop is trash.
But it's more sad to me. Like, what are his kids gonna do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? How many people was he taking care of? How many people were employed because of him?
For sure.
And what does that tree look like? You know what I mean?
Tree tumbled.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, man. And that could have been like a generation of like real movers, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Same thing with the Diddy thing.
oh, bro, that's a whole.
But we out of time.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hip hop's trash culture, but I love hip hop still. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going a little wild there, but I hope we could come and fix hip hop together.
Yes.
And bring it back to its roots.
I don't know if I'm going to call it trash culture.
You don't have to.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that there is signaling a change. I'm interested to see what Thug does. You know what I mean, with the music.
Yeah.
Right. Best believe there's gonna be some.
Too.
There's gonna be some bangers.
That's facts.
Bangers.
Yeah. He's gonna come out bang.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think Drake came out and gave him a mil.
A milli. No
Drake
problem.
came out and Drake said, here.
Yeah.
Drake
Get back on your feet.
You know why? Because Drake
Drake's
knows
a
this nigga's about to fucking make a banger on banger on
Hell
banger.
yeah.
And Drake wants something on that album.
Yes,
Drake
because
needs it.
Drake needs it. Kendrick's performing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Damn, how you gonna let Kendrick perform at the Super Bowl and they didn't let... That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we out. This is Vice City Mafia Podcast. Let's hit it.
BCM.